Hey, planner peeps, Lindsay here. Welcome back, or if you're new here, welcome and thank you all for being here. In this video, I will be planning a fall spread in my Happy Planner using the vertical layout, and I'll be using the seasonally neutral sticker book from Live Love Posh and the neutral boxes from Mojo Jojo Plans. I am low-key obsessed with these seasonally neutrals stickers from Live Love Posh. I think they're gorgeous. So I'm super excited to use the fall ones. This actually will be probably my final fall spread for this season before we get into Christmas. So it'll be all Christmas from here on out, probably for the next month. So I am going to start by just whiting out my notes section. It's not really a spot that I typically will use, and I know I'm going to put a clear sticker over it. I typically will try to start with some of my biggest decorative elements. So I am going to start with one of these long borders that they have in there. They're all of her sticker books usually, well, I shouldn't say all, but this one in particular comes with 2 sheets of majority of the stickers. So my goal is to only use one of each, so then I can use the next one in a future spread. Probably not until next fall, but then it'll feel like a whole new sticker book to me because it will have been a whole year since I've used it. But so I don't want to waste both of the strips, so I'm just going to put it across the bottom of the first page and then cut it off, and then I will put it across the second page as far as it will go. And then I'm going to try to fill in some of the gaps between that and the corner sticker that I'm going to use so that I don't have to waste a whole another border for just a small section. So, like I said, I try to usually use my biggest decorative elements first, and then I will follow by any boxes that I know that I need to have on my days, so that I can make sure I keep it functional as well as having a pretty spread too. So I am just hole punching these little sections where the sticker went over the hole. This punch is from We Are Memory Keepers. If I can find it, I will link it in the description box below. It's not necessary, but I just feel like it's easier, if I'm than trying to cut it out with scissors, and easier than trying to use the full punch from the Happy Planner. Because sometimes if you don't line them up, then I can just screw up all of my holes for my discs. So I just like to be able to do the one if I only need to do one or two of them. So it's helpful, not necessary, but if I can find it, I'll link it below. And then I'm just going to use this corner sticker, which matches the border. I'm going to put it in this corner here. And I love clear stickers because I just love the way they just kind of seamlessly blend into the paper. And I'll just stick this one smaller cluster of flowers here. So then it will just look like the border goes all the way across the page without me having to waste the whole second border. And then I will just cut out this little bit here because I felt like it looks a little too cluttered where it's overlapping. I feel like if I just cut out this little section of leaves, then it will make it look a little less bulky since it's kind of overlapped. So I will just cut that out. There, put that there. And then I just need to cut off the little tail here on the edge. I'm really hoping that my sound is not picking up the wind. It is so windy outside, and it's cold, and it's snowy, and it sucks here right now. I love Michigan for all the seasons, but this is the part that I'm not super thrilled about. So I'm just going to go over my clear stickers with my little spatula here, and it just kind of gets out the air bubbles and makes it look a little more seamless on the page. I feel like once you've cleared out some of the air bubbles, it kind of just makes it look like it's printed right on the paper. You almost can't even tell that it was a sticker. The only downside to using clear stickers that I can see is that sometimes if I overlap somewhere where I end up wanting to write across it, then your pens kind of smear. You can't really write across them, where if you're using paper stickers, if you accidentally write over top of them, it's not going to smear off. So that's the only thing I don't like about them, but otherwise I totally prefer clear stickers over paper stickers. So I'm just going to use one of these long boxes over in the section on the side. I want to use that as my gratitude spot. especially for this week because this is the week of Thanksgiving. So I definitely want to include gratitude on my journal or my planner, not my journal. Um, so I'm going to put that there, and then I'm going to add another big cluster of flowers. So I usually try to include gratitude in all of my weeks. Do I stick to always writing the stuff down every time? Not not religiously. I mean, I try to do my best and at least get a few things on my gratitude list, but some things I definitely am trying to work on creating a better habit of focusing on gratitude. And then I also do like to write in my habits if I'm trying to do something new for the week. So if you need help coming up with ideas on things to write in your planner, so for times like this week where I'm not super busy, I mean, I've got work and then we've got a few days off, and there really isn't a lot of plans coming up for the weekend. So I do have a freebie that I will link in the description box below. That's a list of 65 different ideas of things that you can write in your planner. So if you need help where you're just, staring at the page and you're like, I don't know, I don't have any plans, what can I write in here? There is a list linked below that is free to you. So if you want that, just click on the link in the description. So I am going to, I think, add another big cluster of flowers on the other side. This one is nice because it's already got a straight edge, so I don't have to try to cut it off, because I feel like there's a very fine balance in trying to cut through your stickers of pushing hard enough to get it to go through the sticker, but not too hard where you cut through your paper. So I do like the ones that have the straight edge already on it. So I'm just going to white out this spot in the middle here so that I can put one of these big boxes here, because I don't like being able to see the line through it since it goes over two full boxes there. So I'm going to use this list, I think, for my Christmas ideas of things that I need to buy this weekend that hopefully are going on sale. Get started on Christmas shopping. So like I said, I tried to put in my big box or my big elements first, and then my boxes that I know I want to have on these days, so that way I can make sure that there's enough room for, the decorative elements that I really want and the boxes that I need for the function. And then once I've added those, then I will start putting down some of the smaller elements and filling in some of the gaps. That way, because otherwise I feel like if you get too carried away with your stickers, then all of a sudden you realize that there's no room for the functional part of your planner, which is fine if that's what you want, but I do like mine to be able to be functional too. So I will just add boxes onto Monday and Tuesday, and then add in some smaller elements in these spaces in between. And then I do, full disclaimer, I do always pull all my stickers out and put them on wax paper first and kind of try to do a layout, just because I have commitment issues and I tend to move things around a lot. So I like to just get a basic idea on my wax paper, and then I will pull them off and start putting them down on paper, the actual paper. So if that's something, if you're someone that has a hard time like just sticking them down, then try wax paper. I think it's really helpful because then you could just move things around easily. And then I will just cut off this little bit of the edge that's kind of going over the box, because like I said, your pens will smear if you're trying to write over the clear stickers. So I could have tried to lift the box up and just put it under there, but I feel like it's less likely that I'll rip the paper if I just try to cut through the top of this, which I'm so bad at because I'm always afraid of I'm going to cut through my paper. So I always have to go over it like a couple times. So we are done with those ones. And like I said, this is probably my final fall spread for the season, which is kind of a bummer because I do love doing the fall spreads, and now that I just got the sticker book, I want to use it again. But I mean, Thanksgiving is on Thursday, so I will be in full Christmas mode after this. And honestly, my Christmas tree's been up for a couple weeks already, so I'm already in partial Christmas mode. So after this, I mean, all my spreads will probably be Christmas themed. So let me know in the comments, are you in the team Christmas starts November 1st and you're ready to start decorating as soon as Halloween is over? Or are you strictly an after Thanksgiving type person? I used to be after Thanksgiving, like it was always tradition, on the Friday after Thanksgiving, I'd start getting all my decorations out, and we couldn't do it before then. But I feel like the older I've gotten, the earlier I've started decorating. Partly because, I mean, my Christmas decorations just make me so much happier. Like, I just love having them out. And secondly, because most of the time it takes me at least a couple days to get them all up. So it feels like kind of a waste if I want to get the most use out of them. So I'm more of like a first or second weekend in November. I'm ready to get all my Christmas decorations out now. But I will not listen to Christmas music until after Thanksgiving. I mean, not that I won't listen to it, but I won't put it on myself just because there's really only so many songs that you can do. There's only, there's 20 different variations of one Christmas song. And so I feel like if I start listening to it too early, I will get sick of it and be ready to be done with. So I won't start listening to Christmas music until after Thanksgiving, but everything else is up and ready to go. So I think that is going to about wrap up this video. If you liked it and you want to see more from me, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel. It really does help. Hopefully, get me monetized at some point. The more subscribers you get and the comments and likes that you get, it really does help. So if you found this video useful, you got some inspiration out of it, subscribe to the channel and leave me a comment below if there's anything you want to see. Do you prefer more of the seasonal holiday spreads, or you prefer more like everyday evergreen type spreads, things that could fit any season? And do you have preferences on what kind of layouts I do? I actually really normally like using my dashboard layout, but my printer is not working at the current moment. So if you enjoyed this, please come back for the next video and keep dreaming, keep planning, and keep showing up for you. Bye.